finally went to school and got smart enough to bring home a blank packet, and that way, I'm not writing everything on a separate sheet. So this is 7-3. So what we're going to be learning today is foiling. We're going to I'm going to show you what FOIL means, but at the same time, I'm going to explain it in a much simpler way. So to multiply binomials, distribute each term in the first binomial to each term in the other binomial, then combine like terms. This order of distributing is frequently referred to as the FOIL method. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. You multiply your first two terms, your outermost terms, your innermost, and then your last. Again, that gets kind of confusing. Just thinking of it in that first, outer, inner, last, that terminology in and of itself is confusing. The easiest way to think of it is what this paragraph says. You are distributing. So you are taking this x and distributing it to the other set. So you are doing x times x. Then you're distributing it to the 4, so plus 4 times x. Then you're distributing your second term, so 2 times x. And, oops, I forgot my parentheses. I'm showing work, not skipping work. Plus 2 times x plus 2 times 4. So go through. X times x is x squared. 4 times x is 4x. 2 times x is 2x. 4 times 2 is 8. You cannot leave your answer like that. You have to combine like terms. 4 plus 2 is 6. So x squared plus 6x plus 8. So these first couple we do, I'm going to step it out like that. And then as we move down through number 10, I will quit actually showing you the multiplication and just do the multiplication as we go. So example 2. Now you're distributing a 2x first, so you're going to have 2x times x, and then plus 2x times a negative 5. Then you're going to have 1 times x, and then you're going to have 1 times negative 5. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times a negative 5 is a negative 10x. 1 times x is x. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Right here is where I want you to be careful. I have a lot of you that are still writing like plus minus 10x. Make sure you pay attention to your sign. It's a positive 2 times a negative 5. It's a negative 10. Don't have two operations there. Only have one. Combine your like terms. Negative 10 plus 1 is negative 9. So you have 2x squared minus 9x minus 5. So going down here, you're doing the same thing. Find the product. Answers must be in standard form. So we're going to start going through. We're doing the same exact thing. So y times y is y squared. Y times 1 is y. 8 times y is 8y. 8 times 1 is 8. So essentially, when you're doing these, you should have 4 terms every single time you do multiplication. And then you're going to simplify it down. Sometimes you're going to get 3 terms, sometimes you're going to get 2 terms, but we'll get into the 2 terms later. Combine your like terms. Y squared plus 9y plus 8. And that's it. So number 2, distribute your k. K times k is k squared. K times a positive 5 is 5k. Now you're distributing a negative 4. So negative 4 times k is a negative 4k. And negative 4 times a positive 5 is a negative 20. And then from here, like terms, you're doing 5 minus 4, which is 1. So k squared plus k minus 20. This should get very repetitive for you. We are doing the same thing over and over and over again. By the time we get done, you should be really bored with this. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Now the negative 10. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times a negative 4. Here's a negative times a negative, which is a positive. It's a positive 40. Our like terms, Negative 4 minus 10 is a negative 14x, and then plus 40. If you want, let's see, I've got a pen, hang on. Got the pen. If you want, just to kind of get the hang of this, you can do your first set, so that x times x, x squared, x times negative 2 is a negative 2x. You can distribute the first term with one color, and then come back through with a different color and distribute your second term, if that makes you feel better. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So on this one, when we go to combine like terms, what's negative 2 plus 2? It's 0. These end up canceling out. So you get x squared minus 4. Number 5. So distributing that 4x. So 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 3 is 12x. Come back through. Negative 7 times x and negative 7 times 3. Negative 7 times x is a negative 7x. Negative 7 times 3 is a negative 21. Bless you. That gives us a 4x squared. Oops. 12 minus 7 is 5 minus 21. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. All right, number 6. There we go. N times 5n. Sorry, trying to get this where you guys can see it. Is 5n squared. N times a negative 4 is a negative 4n. Negative 1 times 5n and negative 1 times 4. Negative 1 times 5n is a negative 5n. Negative 1 times a negative 4 is a positive 4. My like terms. Negative 4n minus 5n is a negative 9n plus 4. Oops. There we go. So, number 7. 3y times 3y. I really need a camera stand for this. This is obnoxious. 3 times 3 is 9. Y times y is y squared. 3y times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, so that gives you 6y. Come back through. 1 times 3 is 3y. 1 times 2 is 2. My like terms are right there. So 9y squared plus 9y plus 2. Number 8. Kind of the same. You still have numbers in front on both of these. So 6a times 2a. 6 times 2 is 12. A times a is a squared. 6a times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Bring down the a. Then we've got 2 times 2. 2 times 2. So 2 times 2a is 4a. 2 times 3 is 6. My like terms. 12a squared plus 22a plus 6. All right, number 9. 8h times 3h. 8 times 3 is 24, so that's 24h squared. 8 times negative 1 is a negative 8h. Negative 3, oops, forgot the pen. There we go. Negative 3 times 3 is a negative 9h, and a negative 3 times a negative 1 is a positive 3. Combine our like terms, so it's going to give us 24h squared minus 17h plus 3. Oops. And lastly for today will be number 10. We'll pick up with the back side of this tomorrow, just to review the concepts, and then we're going to extend what we're doing tomorrow. So 3w times 3w. 3 times 3 is 9, so you get 9w squared. 3w times negative 1 is a negative 3w. And then we've got to come through here and distribute again. So plus 3w minus 1. Well, look, you got negative 3w plus 3w. What happens when I combine those? They cancel. So I get 9w squared minus 1. Those ones are so nice. I like those. So again, this is called foiling. It's just a fancy way of saying we're distributing. I don't know who decided that we needed to abbreviate distributing, but we do. So that's how you do it. Practice up, please.